Hello there, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to increase the coverage of a bikini bottoms pattern in case you want more coverage than the pattern includes. And so then you can use the same pattern that you already have rather than worrying about buying another pattern if you don't want to. So we're going to be using this basic bikini bottoms pattern today. So this is just the back, and it's meant to be cut on the fold. So this is the center back, which will be up against the fold of the fabric, and then we cut around all these other edges. So there is a front pattern piece, of course, to this bikini bottoms pattern, but I'm not going to be altering the front today. I'm just altering the back for a little more bum coverage. So what we're going to do is grab an extra piece of pattern paper. So I have that here. And then I'm going to lay my pattern on top of it so that this whole leg curve is covered and there's enough room out here that we can add some more coverage. So then I'm going to tape the bikini bottoms piece down to this extra pattern paper. So I've got it taped down just along the leg curve. There's no need to tape anywhere else because we're only going to be altering the leg curve. So now I have my marker here. You can use a pen or a pencil. I just figure it is easier for you to see if I use a Sharpie. And then I've also got my French curve ruler here. So you can decide how much more coverage you want. So for example, if you want 2 more inches of coverage, then I would measure out to, let's just do 1 inch. If you want 1 inch more coverage, then you would measure out somewhere in the middle of this leg curve, measure out 1 inch, and then we want to connect this point into the original leg curve with a nice curve. So for more full coverage bottoms, there's typically a bump in here in the center of the leg curve around where the fullest part of your bum is, and then it curves back in on either side. So that's what we're going to do here. And you can just play with this, like just play with the curve until you get one that you like. There's really no real science to it. And it's just experimenting with the curves. So I'm just using my French curve ruler to create a small curve going in this way on this side of my point. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So that's my outward curve, and then we're going to curve it in again on either side to connect to the original crotch and also to this original side seam point. So my French curve ruler is matching up here with this side seam point, and I'm going to draw in this curve. And then down here at the crotch, we're going to do the same thing. So I like to angle it so the steeper part of the curve is towards the original point, and then it's a softer curve up here towards this bit that we added. And that's the same thing I did up at the top. The sharper part of the curve is up at this original point, and then it's softer as it goes down to this bit that we added. So I'm just doing the same thing here. And you can decide how steep of a curve you want. Just play with it, and then you'll find a curve that you really like the more that you practice and try these different alterations. So now that is our new leg curve. So like I said, there's really no science to it. You just play with the curve and get one that you think looks nice, and then we're going to cut it out. So I'm going to cut along my new curve here. All right, so that's my new curve, and then I'm just going to cut away the extra pattern paper underneath here, and then also here along these edges. Then I'm going to cut away this pattern paper under here. And I do want to say that no, you should not use your sewing scissors for cutting pattern paper. But because I'm using a rotary cutter, I do use my rotary cutter on pattern paper because I can change the blade, so it doesn't matter if it gets dull, I can just change it out. The blades are really inexpensive. So now we have our new bikini bottoms pattern with more bum coverage. So then I just would suggest that you try out this pattern with some cheaper fabric and test the fit. Just make sure that you like the fit of this new curve. And then if you like it, you can go ahead and keep using it and make lots of bikini bottoms with it. But if you don't like it or there's something off about it, then you can always go back in and change up the curve a bit to get something that you like. So I hope that you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video.